Hey guys, Return of the Brick here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the set designs for the Summer LEGO Star Wars 2017 sets. So I'm going to do it on a rating basis, so I'm going to rate their look, price, figures, detail, if they're appropriate for, the timing of the set, and their features. Let's get straight into it. So first up we have the Arrowhead. I think this is a really cool looking set, and the great thing about the Freemaker Adventures is that they can really create whatever ship they want in LEGO. They don't have any restrictions, which is great. I really like the colour scheme of like the light bluish grey, the dark red. I just think it looks great. So the overall look, I think, yeah, it's great. The price is $99, which is quite high in my opinion, but I think if they had lots of detail inside, as we can see there's a cockpit, and if that can be able to be lifted off and there's room inside, I think that would make up for the price. It kind of reminds me of the Ghost a bit, this set, how it's kind of similar shape but extended front, and hopefully there's some interior inside that the Ghost was a bit lacking. We also have a kind of cockpit piece at the back, which is also, I think that's the same piece they used for the Ghost. But this one looks like it's holding kyber crystals, and it looks like it has two, one on the bottom, one on the front, so maybe this opens up and catches the kyber crystals when they're in space. Moving on to the figures, we have Xander, Cordy, Roger, Quarry, and a Stormtrooper. And I think there's different printing on Xander and Cordy. Roger's just the same, Stormtrooper's same, and I really like the figure of Quarry, or I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that. So that looks like a little Mon Calamari, and yeah, the figures look really good. Next, I think the detail on this set is really good, how they've used grill pieces, nice printing on the cockpits, and yeah. So the features as well, if we take a look at the front of the ship, there look like some gears, and on the other side there looks maybe like a lever, so maybe that's like a play feature there. There's obviously spring-loaded shooters, and hopefully that cockpit will be able to be lifted off. So, rating this set, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 for the look. I think it's really great. The price, 7.5, as it is the most expensive, but it may make up for that if it has lots of detail inside. The figures, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. The detail, 9 out of 10. If it's appropriate, so if they needed to bring it out, or if there was, but obviously there hasn't been one of these, so I think it is quite appropriate, so I'm going to give that 8 out of 10. The features, I'm going to give 8.5 out of 10, but it depends, we'll see. Overall, this ship is probably one of my favourite from this wave, as the colour scheme's great, the features look really good, and the figures are pretty decent. Moving on, we have the Tracker 1, which is also from the Freemaker sets. I think this is a really cool build. It's got a really nice colour scheme with the black and blue. The cockpits around the side, I think there are 3 there. They look really cool, so hopefully you'll be able to place a figure in there. They'll have multiple viewpoints. Moving on to the price, this is going to be $79, and I think this is way too high for 557 pieces, but I mean, you do get good figures, like Palpatine, Rowan, you get a Hunter droid and a Viper droid, but I think they could have at least included some Stormtroopers for that price. So yeah, we've covered the figures. With the detail, we can't really see much detail. Hopefully there is detail inside the cockpit, but obviously we haven't seen that yet. If it's appropriate, obviously we haven't seen it before, it looks quite cool, I'm quite happy with it. Okay, so finally the features, and we can't see many features, but obviously there's the spring-loaded missile, and the cockpit's windows should be able to open up, maybe something to do with the engines. So rating this, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for the look, as I think it looks really cool with its colour scheme. For the price, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, as I feel like it's not big enough to be valued at $80. For the figures, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10, as I really like the look of the Hunter droid, and it does include some great figures such as Palpatine. For the detail, I'm going to go with 7.5 out of 10, as it doesn't look like there is much detail on the wings. Hopefully there's more on the interior. For whether it's appropriate, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, as I think they probably could have made a more iconic ship, but yeah, I just think they could have chosen a different ship, really. For the features, we obviously can't see many, but I'm going to give that a 7.5 out of 10. Overall, I think this set does look good, but I am disappointed with its price, and we can't really see many play features at the moment, but hopefully we will when it's released. Next up, we have the Ranthar Escape, which is 836 pieces. This is going to be $89, so probably about £65, and my overall impressions are, yeah, really good set. I'm really glad that LEGO decided to make a set on Hans Freighter, and they also managed to design the Raptors, which I think look great, and it's really good how they can hold on to the Guavian security troops, or whatever they're called. I think the price of $89 or £75 is fairly reasonable, as it does look like a big set. It has got 840 pieces, and the figures do look good. So moving on to the figures, we have Han Solo, and I do believe that's a new face for him. We have the same old Chewbacca, which is great. We have Balatik with some nice, I think that's gunmetal armour. And then we have two Guavian security soldiers. And all of these figures actually have stud shooters apart from Han Solo, which is a disappointment, as I do feel like the bigger playsets shouldn't have stud shooters. It should, if they're going to do it, it should just be the more children's based ones, and I don't feel like this is just for children. The detail on this set does look good, as they have included the main arches of of Hans Freighter, and the Ranthars do look very detailed with all of the claws around them. The features of this do look great, as you can see there are possible connections there, so maybe if you buy more you'll be able to connect them to make a whole kind of corridor. We obviously can't see into the light tan room, but hopefully there'll be some more functions in there. There's also space underneath the build if you want to put a Ray and Finn, and I think this is really nice. They could have put Ray and Finn in there, but that might have increased the price a bit more, so I don't really mind that they don't. I think it's great that they brought out one of these, as we haven't seen it before, and it is a very good scene in The Force Awakens. So I'm going to give this set 8 out of 10 for the look, 8 out of 10 for the price, 9 out of 10 for the figures. I would have given this 10 out of 10, but I think the stud shooting blasters do really let it down. Detail 8 out of 10, appropriateness 9 out of 10, and the features 9 out of 10. Overall, I really like this set. I feel like it was really needed. Good figures. Really glad we have a Guavian security soldier, and yeah, very good set. Now we have the Quadrant, and this is a vehicle that was only briefly featured in The Force Awakens, and I do think it has a very cool design, but I'm not really sure why they included it. I mean, they even in the cockpit have Ungar's Thug. It's not like it's one of our main characters, but it does look like a very good build. So the look is really nice with the. I think they chose like more of an orangey brown, and they obviously using the bluish greys. The price is $69 or £57, and I feel this is far too expensive, seeing as it's only a 457 piece set. They are including 5 figures, which include Rey, Finn, BB-8, Ungar's Thug, and First Order Stormtrooper. But there aren't any really exclusive figures here, as we have got all of them before, so this is a bit of a letdown. The detail does look good with the four pod engines. They look really nice, and all of the other extra details they've added in do look very good. But they don't satisfy the price point, I feel. The features, they don't really look like many features apart from the opening cockpit and stud shooters. It would be great if there was an interior, but I highly doubt it, as it does look like quite a small build. I'm giving this, for the look, 8.5 out of 10, for the price, 6.5 out of 10, for the figures, 7 out of 10, detail, 8 out of 10, appropriateness, 6 out of 10, and the features, 7.5 out of 10. Overall, it is a cool looking set, but I don't really feel it was appropriate, especially with the figures and how little screen time it had. Okay, so next up we have the Republic fighter tank, and I think this set looks really good actually. The colour scheme is good, but obviously that's the design, and I think they've mirrored the design really well. Obviously we had a remake, this is a remake, but it's slightly reduced size. I think it's reduced size, but yeah, I think it's a good size, and 305 pieces. I think the price of £34 is very decent. Hopefully for that price we also get a bit of detail in the interior. But the figures are really good. We have a new look for the Clone Trooper Gunner, a new style Ayla Secura, and then just 2 regular battle droids. Personally, I would have preferred maybe another Clone Trooper, just a normal Phase 2, instead of the battle droids, but I do understand how they need, some kind of opposition for the fighter tank. I am pleased that they made a remake of this set, as I think it's got a great design, and they've really have made it good with the figures, and also the features. They have some stud shooters, and looks like some movable turrets and guns, but that pretty much looks like all of it for the features. Okay, now for the rating, I'm going to give this 9 out of 10 for the look, as it just looks great. The price, I'm going to give 8 out of 10, the figures 8.5 out of 10, detail 9 out of 10, appropriateness 8 out of 10, and features 7.5 out of 10. Overall, I feel like this set is a really good addition to the wave, as it brings back the Clone Wars and features some really good figures and a solid build. Now we come to my favourite set of the wave, which is Darth Vader's transformation, and I've been wanting this set ever since I missed out on it, so I'm really glad that we have another one, especially with the updated figures. It's going to be priced at €35 or £30, and again this good price point considering it has 3 figures of Emperor Palpatine, Darth Vader and Anakin Skywalker battle damaged. I'm glad we have new prints for Anakin Skywalker battle damaged, and yeah, the print is really good for that. We also get 2 lightsabers, a gold lightsaber for Palpatine and just a regular red bladed one for Darth Vader. We also get 3 Imperial droids, medical droids, and yeah, the design on those look really good. The detail of this set, it looks decent. They couldn't really have done much, but they have kind of lights going around, alright colour theme. They couldn't really have done much with that. I feel like this set is very appropriate, as they did do the last one a long time ago, and I feel like this is definitely a step forward with all the new play sets. And I'm really liking these play sets, like with the Duel on Naboo, the Carbon Freezing Chamber. Really hope they continue with these. On the features, they've obviously got a similar mechanism to the Carbon Freezing Chamber, with lifting Vader off the operating table. It also looks like they have a feature to lift his helmet off. Apart from that seems like it. I'm going to rate this 8 out of 10 for the look, 9 out of 10 for the price, 10 out of 10 for the figures, 8 out of 10 for detail, 8 out of 10 for appropriateness, and 9 out of 10 for features. Overall, my favourite set of the wave, really good, great price, great figures, brilliant set. Moving on to the battle packs, we have the First Order Transport Speeder battle pack. And let me just say, why LEGO? Why did you not bring this out instead of that awful First Order battle pack 1 and a bit years ago? This is what we needed. We have Flame Trooper, 2 regular Stormies by the looks of it, and a First Order officer with new navy printing. Brilliant. And also, there's only 1 stud shooter, because we have a baton, a new shield design, and a Flame Trooper gun. And if they had just included stud shooters, wasted so much potential. So yeah, really great with those shields, love them. So yeah, the figures, top class, really glad. The price, just like any other battle pack, probably going to be £12.99, very decent. Yeah, I feel like this was appropriate, as now we can get the 2 regular Stormies to build an army. The features, obviously stud shooters again, as it's battle pack, aren't really many features, which is understandable. For the ranking, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for look, 9 out of 10 for price, 10 out of 10 for figures, 8 out of 10 for detail, 9 out of 10 for appropriateness, and 8 out of 10 for features. Overall, this set is great, brilliant battle pack, really glad they brought it out. The other battle pack of this wave is probably going to be called Bounty Hunter Speeder, but obviously this set is still in development as the image isn't properly rendered. But let's start off with what we know. We know there's going to be Dengar and Bosk, which are great figures. Unfortunately, they have stud shooters, but it is a battle pack, so what can we expect? It looks like we have IG, that droid thing, I can't quite remember his name. So yeah, decent figure, and it looks like a protocol droid, but I believe that they just haven't made the head mod for probably for Loom or for Lom, as this was rumoured that he was going to be included in the set. So yeah, the figure's brilliant. It's not really a battle pack, as you probably only need one of them, but great way to get Bosk and Dengar cheaply. The speeder itself, good colour scheme, nice looks, it's got plenty of weaponry, a backpack at the back, windshield, yeah, looks good. Appropriateness, yeah, definitely, because we can get we can get bounty hunters cheaply, really. They've only been rarely featured or in expensive sets, so I'm glad about that. The features, obviously we have the stud shooters, but that pretty much looks like all. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 for the look, 9 out of 10 for price, 10 out of 10 for figures, 8 out of 10 for detail, 9 out of 10 for appropriateness, and 8 out of 10 for features. Overall, I'm really glad we're going to get a set where we can get the bounty hunters cheaply. The speeder design looks great. I just really hope we get a 4 Loom or 4 Lom instead of that protocol droid when their development finishes. Next we have the buildable figures of this wave, and we have two. We have a Scout Trooper with a Speeder and a Stormtrooper Captain. So, the Scout Trooper and Speeder bike, I think it's a great move by LEGO to include a vehicle for the buildable figure, as this is the first of its kind, and especially to scale a vehicle as well. Personally, I don't collect the buildable figures, but I think this looks great. The colour scheme obviously is good, same as the movies, and it does look like it has a play feature. The bottom of the box we can see someone with their hand around the bottom, so maybe a stud shooter there. Also lots of weaponry at the front, detailing looks really good, very nice printed tiles. I think this, yeah, fairly appropriate. I'm glad that they have got a scale vehicle, I think that's very nice. So for the look of the speeder bike and Scout Trooper, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for the look, 8 out of 10 for the price, 8 out of 10 for the buildable figure, 9 out of 10 for the detail, 7 out of 10 for the appropriateness, and 8 out of 10 for the features. Overall, I think, yeah, really good. Glad they brought out one with a figure, a vehicle with a figure, sorry, and the figure itself looks good. The price, however, is £54, I think it's £54 or $54, which may be a bit too expensive, but if you like buildable figures, probably get it. It does look very cool. The Stormtrooper Commander, again, very nice buildable figure. Glad they didn't just have a regular Stormy, because we obviously got a First Order one. I'm glad they have a pauldron and I think an ammo pack to distinguish it. Nice head mould, good kind of detail on some of the plates. It looks like a very nice weapon. So, rating this, for the look, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. The price, which I think is either 29 or 30. Yeah, I think it's either 19 or 29. One of those, whatever buildable figures are roughly worth. The figure itself, I'm going to give 8 out of 10. Detail, 8 out of 10. Appropriateness, 8 out of 10. And the features, as not really many features, buildable figure, 8 out of 10. Overall, it is nice to get an original trilogy Stormtrooper, but I feel it was kind of an unnecessary, but for those that collect, it might be nice. So, the last set in this wave is the Advent Calendar, and I have to say, I am quite disappointed, as normally they have an exclusive figure. For example, last year, Snow Chewie, they had Maul one year, Yoda, Jango Fett, Vader, C-3PO, whereas this year, they have BB-8 in a Santa hat, on a sledge. Really, Lego? Couldn't they have done maybe Captain Phasma in a red, or they could have at least recoloured BB-8. The figures as well, they don't look very hard to find. We have a First Order Stormtrooper, another Ungar's Thug, but in grey, well, different figure itself, an Imperial Officer, First Order Snowtrooper. It does look like we have a new Resistance Fighter, which does look nice. I think Sabine Wren is included in this. And also the builds themselves, yeah, they look decent. Don't really do much for me, but nice small builds. The price is going to be the same as I think the past advent calendars, so £34.99. So yeah, that's decent prices, what they've always been. So ranking this, the look, I'm going to give it 7, as the overall effect, there aren't any exclusive figures. I don't think it's as attractive to people that just buy it for the figures, really. For the price, yeah, 8 out of 10, normal price, really. And the figures, 7 out of 10. And I'm going to skip out all the other ranks, as this doesn't really apply for this set. So there we have it, guys. That's my overall opinions on this wave. I am a big fan of this wave. I do think the figures, especially in some of the sets, have been really good. Maybe not so much the advent calendar, but the Freemaker sets I was quite impressed with, especially the look of the Arrowhead. Glad we're getting a new tank, a new Darth Vader's transformation. They're redeeming themselves with battle packs. Unfortunately, we do still have the stud shooters, but hopefully we'll be able to get rid of them. Hashtag get rid of stud shooters. But yeah, great wave. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please leave a like and comment down below if you disagree with me, if you have any other thoughts you want me to hear, and please subscribe for more content, and I'll bring you a video every single weekend. So that's it, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and have a great day.